team doesn't have enough dogs with a capital D and an A and a W. Harbaugh teams never got punked like this team. We get dominated on both sides of the line. Yeah, Harbaugh had some dogs.
They should draft some dogs, some Georgia Bulldogs, because they look pretty good right now.
Yeah, the one I will have to push back on that a little bit though, because if you remember Indianapolis in 2013, they got punked in that game.
Oh yeah,
that's the Alden
Smith game. That's right. I remember that. Andrew Luck. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good game.
He's pretty good.
Just saw that Banana Hands had the same winning percentage, 0.444 in 5 years as Chip Kelly does. What a show tonight. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's true. That is true.
He was below him 2 weeks ago. Then they won.
But Kyle's thin and tall, and he wears Yeezys, and he has a cool hat.
Yeezys are important.
Yeah. Todd says, speaking of leadership, can the so-called leader fake an injury and just call plays up in the press box? Did you see what's his face? Dan Orlovsky saying like he didn't think Kyle was calling plays? Like, no, I think he is. What was that? That was weird. You saw that?
I don't know. All the media, even McAfee came out and was kind of going in on Kyle today. So yeah, everybody's coming in now.
Chris says our defense making Colt McCoy look like Tom Brady. This was by far the most embarrassing game of the Shanahan's tenure. They also lost to Josh Rosen twice, though. People forget that.
That's true.
Outside the box, Louis Riddick for GM, former player, scouting experience, respected around the league. Eric Bieniemy as head coach. Thoughts?
Riddick was one of the final two with Lynch, wasn't he?
Yeah,
and they went with Lynch.
Definitely good candidates.
I think there's
guys that need to be interviewed. Yep.
I think there's a lot of great candidates for GM because I mean, if you look around the league, there's some really great organizations do a great job of drafting. I mean, the Ravens, the Saints. If you look at some of the things that the Bills have done up there, I mean, I would look at some of those organizations. I mean, Riddick has been out of the game for a while. That's where I would kind of look. What I would look.
I agree with Coach. I mean, Riddick's a hot name because people know who he is because he's on TV, but you don't know anything about him. He's John Lynch 2.0.
Yeah, that's what scares me. Look, nothing. I don't know about Louis Riddick. Interview him, but I would be more inclined to have someone who's like been drafting the last 5 years and has a record that I can
for sure
assess. Like the guy in New Orleans, Ireland. I can look at the draft record and be like, yeah, I want that. I want this guy. So I don't know. I mean, obviously interview him, but keep in mind that you know him because he's on television. Oh, wait, hold on. Yao Ming. Hold on. That was a good one. Coming back. Here, Varuna says, can we sign Yao Ming? He's 7'6". He can help hide Jimmy throws as a wide receiver. Jimmy might see him down the field as well.
That's
Yao Ming.
Because he didn't practice hard enough on a Tuesday once.
I bet he wouldn't see him over the 6'2" linebacker standing in front of him.
Oh, that was nice. Anthony Adams says, tell Jack Hammer that's me arguing with him on Twitter about Mac Jones. He and Jimbo are the same guy. One just has
Anthony Adams. I didn't realize I was arguing with a former 49ers defensive tackle.
Why is every ball that Jimmy throws so high? I'm worried about our wide receivers and tight ends. Trey should have come in a fourth quarter to give us a spark. Because Jimmy's not Tom Brady or Drew Brees. He's merely pretty good.
Why do we want to put Trey Lance out there with Daniel Brunskill and
I mean he already got
who's the guy at right tackle now?
Tom Compton.
Yeah, Tom Compton. Who wants to put Trey Lance out there with Tom Compton? And
it's true. Yeah, now it's like Jimmy, why don't you just it's all you, baby. Go take one for the team. Kyle pushed Rathman out as well. He didn't want another respected offensive guy in the room. He did push Rathman out. But look, you brought in Bobby Turner. I get it. Mm-hmm. Bobby Turner's pretty good, but
absolutely.
Tom Rathman. Maybe have both. Maybe keep them both. I don't know. The faithful held the faith, and Jed Shanna scammed us.
That's a good one.
The Shanna scam. Ooh. Niner fans getting real salty. I like it. All right, I'm getting to the point where they're seeing my banana hand stuff. All right, yeah, glad you liked it. Thanks, Nathan. You got to give Ev Days credit for that. He's really funny. What is that? The official Banana Hands merchandise? No, someone makes that. Those are my new oven mitts.
They need to sell those. They just sell those like the Giants used to sell the panda hats. They should sell banana hands.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if he copyrighted that and then Grant, you made him more money?
That would be funny. That would be 4D chess. Michael, I think we answered your question. Anthony says Tom Sula's butt was more explosive. Why are these D-backs flexing and tossing? Why are these D-backs flexing and taunting over making a tackle down 17 when getting burnt all day? Where's the discipline?
2021, baby.
They all do it throughout the league these days, right? I don't know. I'm with you on that, though. I feel you. Like, yeah, it's bad look. Yeah. Julio says, Kyle, why are you calling plays that you know for a fact will not work? Kyle, do you want to get fired? Are you upset because you were compelled to draft Trey and now you're purposely losing? He just kept saying, Kyle. Dude, I don't know, man. Julio, I'm with you.
Kyle loses attention real quick. He's got to keep
in the interrogation room who's just not talking. You know, I've done what I've done. I've been caught. It didn't work out, but I'm sitting here. I'm not saying anything. I don't know. Figure it out. Do your job. You know, that's what he's been like. Okay, so this season's going to hell. I don't have to explain it. Not my fault. Do your job. I'm not making it easy for you. I plead the fifth.
There's no bad cop either to help out.
No, there isn't. It's just a bunch of good cops.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a poll. Who wants Harbaugh back? Not Jed. What would Jed have to do to mend that bridge? What would he have to do? If he threw Jim Harbaugh a parade, would that be enough? No.
He should go old school and fly the plane over Michigan Stadium. I love
Jim,
you,
come
Harbaugh.
Back. Yeah.
Will you marry me?
Tom Sula used Jared Hayne more than Kyle Shanahan uses his running.
Hey.
Oh, man, this is the roast session. Lincoln Riley, that's a head coach that knows how to get the best out of his quarterbacks and the rest of his offense. That is a name that, I mean, if Cliff Kingsbury worked out, Lincoln. Now, he does have a real recruiting advantage at Oklahoma that I don't know. But that is he's developed quarterbacks. He's has head coaching experience. He's an offensive guy.
And he wasn't.
Is he a little Chip Kelly-ish though with his scheme?
Well, he wasn't afraid to bench a quarterback that was a highly publicized quarterback that wasn't playing well.
There you go.
Remember when Cliff Kingsbury was the butt of every 49er fan's joke? And
my dad was reminding me of that today. He's like, you said a lot of wild stuff about Cliff. I'm like, you're right. What are you trying to say about that, Dad? No, it's true, though. He's a better coach. I mean, the Cardinals are a well-coached team.
I think there's two college guys I think he's one, but the other one kind of fly under the radar is Matt Campbell from Iowa State.
You mentioned him.
He's highly thought of in NFL circles, right. And I know they have 2 or 3 losses at Iowa State, but it's Iowa State.
Right? Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Honestly, do you guys think Jed York actually cares about the wins and losses? He makes money either way, to be honest. Do his parents care? That's the question. Jed might care, but he could care as much as he wants. He doesn't make him good. Like, his parents just gave the team to a 27-year-old. And then they live in Youngstown. Do they care? That's the question. Because if they did, I think they have to say, Jed, we love you. But we care. So we're going to have to let someone else run the team. You've had 15 years. It's not for you. Do they care? Because they're making a ton of money.
Yeah. York cares about being embarrassed. And that hasn't happened yet because it didn't happen on national television. If that game on Sunday was on Sunday Night Football, that's a different story. Then you have a different kind of reaction, I think, from Jed York. That goes back to that's the deal with Harbaugh. Harbaugh just, that's what happened. They lost a big game on prime time on Thanksgiving, and he was embarrassed. And let everybody
do we get that? Do we get that retweet if they get smacked on Monday?
They lost on Sunday Night Football 2 weeks ago, and he had nothing to say. But we'll see. If it's the Rams, maybe different. Check out Pat McAfee's latest vid on Banana Hand. All right, I will. I definitely will. Did he call him Banana Hand? We got to get this to catch on, man. How can he make sure it doesn't happen again? Would be to hire his uncle Eddie to be the GM and have him pick the next staff. Boom! Hire Eddie DeBartolo and just call him Eddie DeSmartolo. He's someone different and give him like the Groucho Marx. Hey, he just kind of looks like he's a cousin of mine. Yeah. I like that. really, it's too bad that Eddie's not here anymore. Jed can make sure this won't happen again by 1. Hand over the team to a different family member. 2. Sell the team. Simple yet elegant. Thank you, Maruna. How did we miss that? That was just like teed up for us. Could we see the Niners pressured by the NFL into starting Trey Lance or risk getting flexed out of Week 13 against the Seahawks?
No.
I don't think they care.
I don't think they care.
Jimmy Garoppolo is so handsome. I mean, why wouldn't you want him in high definition? Sorry, that was a little weird. Curse of the Yorks. If Eddie D got in the same trouble that got him busted in the 90s in today's NFL, would he have lost the team to his, I don't know, riverboat gambling?
It's gambling.
I don't know about riverboats.
It's insider was like, that was a federal crime that he was charged with. I think it's a little bit different.
I don't know about you guys, but I was watching the Ozarks, and there's like season 4, they start getting into riverboat gambling, and I was watching, and I was like, oh, Eddie D. Pino says bad contracts. Quan $25 million for 13 games. Garcon $22 million for 8 games. No, 16, but good point. Malcolm Smith $13 million for 5 games. McKinnon $18 million for 1 year of service. Hoyer $7 million for 8 games, and Richburg $31 million for 28 games. Pino, that's $9 for one hell of a comment. Thank you. That's very succinct. Yes, and I think you could probably go more. I mean, how about D Ford? How about D Ford? He's pushing $40 million. I don't think he's gotten to 400 snaps yet. Maybe he has.
Hey, Eric Armstead, I keep hearing about how the 49ers didn't want to overpay for a defensive tackle, but Eric Armstead's making $2.3 million less than DeForest Buckner to play. Guess what? Defensive tackle now.
Defensive tackle.
I think that I'm interested to see how this plays out in the next couple of weeks with him being forced to play inside, because I think that's a better spot for him. And
he actually made an impact in this last game. He's not an impact player at the end. I mean, he's a good edge setter, but that's not going to make an impact that way. But he really was getting in the backfield. He just needs to not go for the helmet. But
here's the thing, Grant. You can. There are actually players in this league that can play the run and rush the passer from the edge. Like, you don't have to play a defensive tackle out there to stop the run. Like, there's guys in this league that can do both. Like,
that's not true. I've never seen that. I don't believe you. You can look at McDaniel and see why we are terrible. Yeah, he's not the classic look, I would say. I don't think he's going to become a head coach anytime soon. Blasphemy, stay faithful. Since you give me $20, okay. For you, I will stay faithful.
I didn't get any of that money.
Faithful in.